Okay, today we're going to go over CC2 1.2.8 review and preview. I might have a slight delay on my camera. I apologize for that. In any case, we're going to move on. So problem 137, rewrite each fraction in at least two different ways. For part A, I have 6/9. One way I could rewrite that is to simplify it. So 6/9, 3 goes into both 6 and 9. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So I have 2/3. I could also take 6/9 and multiply the numerator and denominator by 2, so I could end up with 12/18. Okay, those will both work. The next problem is I have 11/12. I could multiply by 2 over 2. 11 times 2 is 22. 12 times 2 is 24. I could do an equivalent fraction multiplying the numerator and denominator by 3. 11 times 3 is 33. 12 times 3 is 36. Those are just some of the examples. I'm just writing it in two different ways. I could also turn these into fractions or decimals. Or not fractions or decimals, percents or decimals. 3/8 I could multiply by 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. 8 times 2 is 16. I could do 3/8 and instead of multiplying by 2, by 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 8 times 3 is 24. It could be by 10. It would be 30/80ths. They're all equivalent fractions. 10/7 I could rewrite as 1 3/7. I could multiply it by 10, which would be 170ths. Okay, those are all equivalent. Okay. So, Jonathan measured 2 cups of flour into a bowl on the counter. Then he spilled part of it, and now there is only 3/8 cups left. How much did he spill? So, 2 minus something equals 3/8. Okay. So I could try to 3/8 of 1 cup. Okay, so I could do 2 minus 3/8. And that will get me how much I would spill. So 2 over 1 minus 3/8. So 2, I need a common denominator. So 1 times 8 is 8. 2 times 8 is 16. 16/8, that's 2 cups, minus 3/8. 16 minus 3 is 13/8. So I can put that back into a mixed number. So 8 goes into 13 one time with 5 left over. So he spilled 1 5/8 cup. Okay, number 39, or 139. Maggie is making muffins with a recipe that yields 18 muffins. Okay, there are 12 people in Maggie's book club. If the muffins are divided evenly among each person, how much will each person get? So I have 18 muffins divided by 12. I'm going to keep this in fraction form. It's easier when I'm splitting up food to keep it in fractions versus decimals. 12 and 18, I can simplify if I divide by 6. So 18 divided by 6 is 3. 12 divided by 6 is 2. 2 goes into 3 one time with 1 left over. So everyone will get 1 1/2 muffins. Okay. If Maggie wanted to divide the muffins evenly between the 36 students in her class, how much muffin would each person get? Explain your thinking. So again, I have 18 muffins and 36 people. Assuming that we don't know what goes into both, I could start with 6. So 18 divided by 6 is 3. 36 divided by 6 is 6. 3/6 equals 1/2. Every student gets 1/2 of a muffin. Okay. Last problem on this side. Problem 140. It's a multiple choice question. So if the probability of getting a particular result in an experiment, okay, so the probability of a particular result is 75 3/10%. What is the probability of not getting that result? Okay. Well, if I look here at part A, it's 75 3/10% plus 100%. That would be more than 100%, so it can't be A. This one, part B, would give me a negative number, which wouldn't really work in this case. 100 minus 75 3/10. That one has a chance. Okay. And 1 out of 75 3/10%, well, that's going to be a really small percent. So it's probably not, because it needs to be the rest of my 100%, which means that it has to be C. Okay, moving to the back page. For each figure below, find the area and the perimeter. This is review. So the area for a rectangle is 8 times 12, which is 96 centimeters squared. Yeah. Okay. My perimeter, I have to add 8 plus 12 plus 8 plus 12. Well, 8 plus 12 is 20 times 2. It would be 40 centimeters. For part B, finding the area of a triangle, remember that area equals base times height divided by 2. I could also write this as 1/2 times the base and height. So area is base times height 11 times 4 divided by 2, which is 44 divided by 2, which is 22 inches squared. The perimeter, I'm going to add that up on the side. I have 5 inches plus 11 inches plus 9 5/5. I like to fill in my blank spots. So 5 plus 0 is 5. Those are all zeros. 5 plus 1 is 6 plus 5 is 15. 1 plus 1 is 2. My perimeter is 25 5/5 inches. For part C, a parallelogram, the area of a parallelogram is base times height. My base is 16. My height is 9. 16 times 9. 9 times 6 is 54. 9 plus 5 is 14. It's 144. Centimeters squared. Perimeter, can add this up over here. I have 16 plus 16 plus 10 plus 10. 6 plus 6 is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The perimeter is 52 centimeters. Part D, I have a trapezoid. Remember, the area of a trapezoid is add the bases times the height, divide the whole thing by 2. I fill in each part of my formula. So my bases are, I have 25 plus 44 and 67/100 times my height, which is 20. Divide the whole thing by 2. 44 and 67/100 plus 25. 69 and 67/100 times 20 divided by 2. 0 times anything is 0, so I can put my placeholder in there to go to my 2. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 is 19. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13. I move my decimal 2 places over. It is 1,393 and 4/10 divided by 2. So I think I have a calculator. I could have used a calculator earlier. Okay. So I have 1,393 and 4/10 divided by 2. It's 696 and 7/10 meters squared. For my perimeter, I'm going to add all the outside edges. So I have 21, 25, 24, and 44 and 67/100. Which I get 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 5 is 10, plus 4 is 14. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So my perimeter is 114 and 67/100 meters. Okay, it says at the bottom that ideally at this point we're very comfortable working with these types of problems and can solve them correctly. If you feel that you need more confidence, let me know, okay? Because I can provide you with materials that you need to be a little bit more confident with area of shapes. But this is something we need to know. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.